In the Upanishad you might have heard, Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam. So the whole universe, whole world, or the whole the earth is covered with the Bhagwan or Isha, Ishvara, covering all the whole universe. So in the Upanishad Ekam Sat, only one is the truth or the Brahman or the only one reality exists. So that is one statement. So there is only one thing, so which is all pervasive, and it is only the Atman is present everywhere. So this idea, when it is there, then we may question, if it is only one thing, why you are seeing many? So that's why Vedas tell that unity in variety. So there is only varieties are there, but there is unity is there. Unity means again it has come from the Atman or the Brahman or the God or Bhagavan, whatever name you can put. So from that only it has come. So why this has it's come all this, so many varieties, so many things why you see. So here the word comes, Lila, Sri Ramakrishna also tells that one. So that is the Sa in the Aitira Upanishad it comes, Sa Ichchata, the Sa Akshata, Bhusam, let me become many. So he thought the Brahman or the God or one thing, which is only one thing is there, but it thought, so let me become many. Only that it is only wish. That's why here it comes the will. The will, that will itself is called the Maya. In the Vedanta Advaita philosophy they call it Maya. That in Bhakti they call it as Leela. That's why Sri Ramakrishna tells Maya Leela, so you cannot understand what her Leela is like that. That is the same thing the Advaitin says, it is the Maya. There is nothing, actually only one thing is there, but due to Maya you are seeing many. And also because the Brahman or the Atman or the God or whatever, one day he thought that let me become many. No, simply pure thought that let me become many. So because of that his thought only all this creation came. That's why in the Upanishad it is told, Tasmat, therefore, Atmanaha, from that Atma or Brahman or primordial energy or super consciousness, whatever name you can tell. So pure consciousness, all these names are there. So Tasmat Atmanaha Akasha Sambhutaha. Akasha Vayu, Vayu Ragni, Agni Rapaha, Apa Prithvi, Prithvivyam Mosadeya. So how from this, therefore it tells, therefore from that Atman, first Akasha came, Akash to Vayu, Vayu Agni, Agni Apa Jal, then Apa, after Apa it came Prithvi. From Prithvi you see all the Oshadaya, all the plants and all this. From that it came the creation. So in the Panchikarana there is one book, is a Shankaracharya written. In that there are 24, these 5 elements. These are 5 basic elements. These are elements. So those who are science students, they will understand the element, what is the potential of the element and what is the meaning of element. So these are 5 elements only were there at the beginning. So they combined and permutation combination it is called the Pancha. Pancha means 5, Panchikarana. So they combined and became afterwards 24 cosmic principles, they call from that. From Panchikarana, the 5 elements, they combined each other. So they are not simply separate. Air is not separate, water is not separate, but they are in everything it is there. So even in the wood also, there is a percentage of water is there. So even scientists prove that. So this all the 5 elements are there in all things, everywhere, in all the being, whatever thing you see, it is there. So this Panchikarana, and outward we got this 24 cosmic principles. So this they react and the whole creation has come. So that is the whole how this history came. And this history to understand Sri Ramakrishna and many saints have told, and also this is the Leela. And Advaita Bhajan says it is the Maya. They don't call it Leela because they don't believe in any, they never believe that there is any other second thing. There is only one, Ekam Sat, Advaita, that is. So they are always supreme in the thought, highest thought. So this Sri Ramakrishna, for the understanding for us, he tells that it is Leela. So everywhere that Bhagavan only is present. He tells that also. In all the beings, everywhere, only Atman is there, Bhagavan is there. But it all makes Leela and all working we see, and it is modest Leela. So this all what we, Sri Ramakrishna again and again he tells. That's why this primal energy, it is only is realized by only one person. That's why Sri Ramakrishna also tells that. To Ma, only for one person only she allows to realize true nature. That's why Sri Ramakrishna, how much even though he was avatar himself, he was to do a lot of tapasya. So much struggle you read Sri Ramakrishna's life. And he wanted to see Ma Dakika. But Marba again and again he was praying and weeping and wailing and so much tapasya. Then afterwards he underwent all the disciplines. You can see the life. 64 there are tantric methods he followed. Then Nirvikalpa Samadhi within 3 days he mastered. And he practiced all the religions of the world in their own way. And he realized that. So that is how his whole the transformation you can see. So how human body has to be transformed. You can see the level or the degree or the highest stage of the mind. You can just imagine. One example I will just tell you. Sri Ramakrishna, that you know is very simple one incident is there when Swamiji was hearing that Kamini Kanchan Tyag, if you don't this, and you will not realize God. Like that Sri Ramakrishna teach. Then Swamiji wanted, he only tells whether he himself practices. That is how the questioning Swamiji's mind. It was so modern Swamiji. So he says, let me test. So he tested. You all know the incident. So he keeps the coins and Sri Ramakrishna just jumps up. Then he says, some scorpion bite and all. The whole body, how even a simple iota of that you cannot. So that completely transformed. His own teaching, he tells that Kamini Tyag means every atom of his body was reacting to that. It was emanating that idea. So that we see in the Sri Ramakrishna. That's why the greatest avatar of this age. And another one example I will give, that when mother passed away, he wanted to give tarpana in the Ganges. He goes to at that time he had all the Nirvikalpa Samadhi and sannyas taken from Totapuri. So he wanted to, as a custom, he goes to the Ganges and wanted to offer tarpana to that, as we do as the ancestors. So he took water in the hand. The fingers just become, you cannot hold water. It cannot hold at all. Water, he lifts the water and water, everything goes up. Immediately it falls down. Then he tried, so many times he tried and he could not. And he came, so let it be not possible for me to do tarpana. Because as a sannyasi he is not supposed to do any ritual. That is the condition of it. How this whole, every body has completely transformed into that highest state of living. So highest principles, all the Vedas and Vedanta, what you read in the Upanishad Gita, everything, every second he was showing that, Sri Ramakrishna. Every second is movement, going here and anywhere. So that Sri Ramakrishna, that's why he says, mother will only permit or allow or grace to only one person to realize that state. So in the Bhagavad Gita also it comes, same thing, same idea in the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kasjid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kasyin mam vechit tattvata. That is, Sri Krishna tells that Manushyanam sahasreshu, thousands and thousands of people pray me. but out of the thousands and thousands, only few come to me. Even among the few who are coming to me, only one. Munushanam sahasreshu kasri yatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tatvata. Only one, only you will understand me, like that in the Bhagavad Gita. Same thing Sri Ramakrishna tells, Ma only allows, or Ma only grace bestow her blessings only to one person, one or two. So that's why it is how Sri Ramakrishna has shown that. And he never disheartened the devotees. Sri Ramakrishna was very kind and very compassionate. So he says, I have done 16 part, 16 anna. Those you know, the annas you can understand. So now it is 100 paisas. So I have done 16 anna, but you only do 1 anna, that is enough. What in the Bhagavata we read, that if you come one step, Bhagavan will come 10 steps towards you. So that is how compassionate Bhagavan comes. So Sri Ramakrishna told that I have done so much hardship and your practices. That is not enough to do it. You do it simply 1% of 1 anna. If you do that, is matter. That is enough. And how that is one? That also simply repeat the name with all whole and heart and soul, Vyakulata. So that will make you to that highest. So that's why he tells this is the Leela or Khela. Mother simply she is sporting. That's why Swami Vivekananda wrote a poem, Kali's mother. It is there, you read that one. Swamiji in that tells mother is playing in this world and her own actions are going on. So we are just at her feet only. So the Swamiji himself, he was so strong Advaitin. He accepted mother. And he tells that writes the Kali's mother on poem, he writes on mother. So that Khela, so that's why in all our dealings, you must, even though we are from the same Atman or the Brahman or God or Bhagavan, Ma, Bhavatani, whatever. So from that only we are the children. And we have got certain set of mind. So during set of mind we have to do so many things. So when doing that it is not be complete to the tune, to the perfect. It is not exactly what is expected of. But still we do on. And there are so many blunders, so many right things it goes on. That's why Sri Ramakrishna tells, you think that it is Mother Khela, she is only Leela she is doing, and you just offer all this, whatever if it is mistake or right or wrong, you offer unto her and you go on. That's why Mam Manusmar Yudhishta, what Sri Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, always think of me and fight, working. You work, always think of me. That's why Sri Ramakrishna tells you do all the duties of the samsara. So, and you can continue the doing, but only keep the mind on God. So, that was one, Hitler, you might have heard the word, Hitler was a great warrior. He never thought of God or anything, they never. But how, even though that he hooks to the existence, pure existence or the highest power, he tells to the army, he was a commander, he tells, Hitler tells, he never think of philosophy, God or anything. They never atheist. He never believe also. But he said in the every time morning he will tell the word, trust in God, but keep your powder dry. He used to tell that you may trust or you may not trust, but keep your powder dry, because that is in the army you must always alert. Powder must be very clean and dry, and then only it can shoot. So that he used to warn them. Trust in God, but keep your powder dry. How this is a simple way, even though atheists, they never believe in God or anything, but they had this idea. So this Sri Ramakrishna tells that even if you are doing all these, you keep the mind on God and repeat. That's why even you see in the Puranas, even the dacoits, when they have to go for, that is also their job. And they go, before going to dacoity, they pray to Bhavatarani, and that I am going to for this fight, hunting, so you protect me. And they get all the whatever they need. So even the mother blesses them also. So this is how we must pray at the beginning, and we can continue our duty. So that in the Samsara, Sri Ramakrishna tells that it gives the example of Janaka. Janaka was the Rajarshi, and he was just like he was king, and also he has whole thing as usual, he is a common man. But people think that he is doing all the things, let us do also. But Sri Ramakrishna tells that Janaka did no doubt, but you must understand he has done lot of tapasya in previous birth, and because of tapasya only he has got that chance now. And even though he is doing all the king, samsara, everything is doing, but he is always aware of his pure consciousness. He keeps the mind on God. So that Sri Ramakrishna gives the example. Then that for that what is needed is viveka and vairagya. These two are important. And viveka means discrimination. We must. This is the faculty which is given to a human being by the God. This is only one instrument, or the weapon is given to a human being, that is the discrimination. So that's Swami Vivekananda. Swami also tells that there is nothing called bad. His Swamiji tells there is only lower good and higher good. That Swami, that he never calls it as bad. Anything hopeless he never calls. So everybody is divine only, but they are less and more in degree. That's why that mind is the thing where you have to cultivate this viveka. In our what we call the paths what are given to us by Vedic religion, the 4 yogas is there. But human faculty has got main 2, that is thinking and feeling. We have got this. And other 2 are there, other 2 yogas also, but that only physical part of it. But the thinking and feeling is mainly associated with the mind. And the mind is the thing which can give us the true path. That's why Manaiva Manushanam Karanam Bandha Mokshayo. It is told in the Kaivalya Upanishad. So mind is everything. Sri Ramakrishna, he tells, you went to read today's portion, he tells mind is everything. So mind only makes us bound, mind only makes us free, mind only makes us joyful, mind only makes us sorrow. So you think of the Bhagavan or the God or anything, then it will be always in that line only. You will never feel, even though there is some misery or some hurt or some misery, that displeasure is there, but it will be just like an absorbing shock. So the thought of Bhagavan will make us to absorb the shock. So for example, I will give one example now that we are discussing. The child is talking, we were doing meditation, the child was talking. Though now also, what happens, when you think about you are meditating, you are repeating the Lord's name and remembering the Lord, and you are praying, and that child or any sound comes. So especially this child when he speaks, you are hearing the sound, no doubt. But if you are completely fully on the mind is on your Ishta Devata and repeating the mantra, it only just the sound and it goes back. Just sound will be there. It never affects your flow of thought. But the parents, the children, the parents of the child, they think why it wants, why it making noise, or what it tells. They think that, but concern is that. Even though they are thinking, they are meditating, but their part of it has gone there, because that is how the mind is associated there. Mind suddenly goes there. But others are there who are not all concerned with the child, but they think that the child is making noise and I am not able to meditate, or I am not able to concentrate on the Ishta Devata. So this sound is there, like that the others will, they have that thought comes. It is natural according to our own level of how you keep the mind on the highest ideal. So if you are having you have cultivated your mind to keep once on the thought of God, then it will be there only always. That's why Swami Vivekananda, while playing, so that snake comes, and students and friends are all running away, and Swamiji sat there and he was completely immersed in thought of the Atman or God or whatever, and he forgot his only existence body, but he never just thought came to him that it may hurt or anything. So that snake went round and went out. It didn't affect him. But children, the other his friends were shouting. How that cultivation of the mind was there in Swami Vivekananda, and how you can put. So that is possible. Even in the recent time, Swami Tattwarupananda-ji, one of his direct disciples, you heard Sri Ramakrishna's 16 disciples, he was Swami Tattwarupananda-ji was there. At the later period, when he was in Benares, so he was to undergo some operation. This ulcer type had happened, so they had to cut some portion of the intestine. So in Shiva, our ashram hospital, and the doctor told we will instill we will administer the anesthesia. They told. Then Swami Tattwarupananda says, so you need not have to administer anesthesia. You tell me when you want to do the operation, I will be ready like that. Swami Tattwarupananda said. Then doctors, after all preparation, tells Swamiji, now we will start operating. Then he drew his mind such a way that he never felt the presence of body itself. Body was not at all conscious, and he was not at all aware of what is going on. Then when they told that in the year they told, now the operation is over, then he brought back the mind to the body. You can see how they can practice, they could have practiced cultivation. This is how the sadhana is required. Otherwise, no sadhana is required, because we are the same children of God. We are the santan. But we don't have to bother, because mother is always protecting us. She is taking care. We don't have to bother at all. You can do whatever you like. That type of complete vishwas, if it is there, so that is the one stage. But that type of complete vishwas, if it is not there, then you will be suffering. So that mind, if it is completely made like that, then it is possible for everybody to be in that thought. So even any misery or any mishappening in our life comes, so you will be able to withstand. You will always correlate to the Bhagavan, or you offer unto mother and see that you take care. So I am not at concerned. It all yours. Everything is yours. So that type of mind, what Sri Ramakrishna says, you must cultivate. So that he says that if you are having that sort of vishwas, that full strength, full belief, full faith, that mother will certainly protect me, and mother is there always, mother is everywhere, she is always holding me up. So if that thought is there in your mind, even if snake is bitten by, and that snake is bite, the poison will not affect. And Swami Vivekananda tells the same idea in the Raja Yoga. You read in the Raja Yoga, if your mind is so much refined and practiced, so you can strongly deny that I don't have this poison in me. The poison will not enter me. If you just deny strongly, so that poison will not enter at all. So in our when we were in the NCC camp, once when you see how your military, simply military sergeant, we were putting a camp in the forest. So he said that there are snakes are there, you must be careful. And even if by chance if it bites you, first thing is you don't fear. He used to tell. You don't fear at all, and just inform. We will immediately do the, or you can take up yourself. You cut that portion wherever it is bitten, and you allow the blood to flow out, and poison will not come like that. He used to tell. And he said that simple. The moment you fear, then that he explained also. At the moment you fear, what happens? The respiration becomes very fast, and the poison will so fast enter, and it covers the whole body. Then body function will be paralyzed. Then you will die. He told. That's why the first thing you don't fear. He told. The snake will nothing will happen if it bites, and we are here, and then you have to take up immediately one knife or blade, cut that portion wherever it is bitten, and allow the tie one rope above that, and you see that blood is completely taken out. That poison also will come out. Then you will be free. So that simple method, how they used to tell that strongly deny, you will not get affected. Even in our day-to-day life, in our in the usual workplace or very we get so many odd things happen to us. At that time, if you are very strong, if you have full faith and you have cultivated mind, then you can strongly deny that, and at the same time you can offer to this whatever happens to you, this offering to you, then nothing will affect you. And that mind, when it is completely in the merged or the cultivated mind, in the thought of the Bhagavan or the Atman, then what happens that the shortcomings, whatever, the mishappenings, whatever things comes, so that will be easily you can face. That is Sri Ramakrishna tells that again and again you do all the duties in the world or in the house, in the samsara, but you keep the mind on the God. That is what he says. That's for that you must always discriminate. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is very scientific in giving the simply bhakti. He never simply going to temple and put some offerings and just incense sticks and just pray and just come away. He never approved that. You must fully aware why you are doing that. Bhagavan never needs your patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta prasati. What Sri Krishna tells. He never wants all your sweets and all these things, your whole things, paraphernalia. He never wants. He never dearth of it. But your attitude, in what mind you tell, this is all belong to you. I give me the pure bhakti. Give me always your thought, and I am doing it only to make my mind be well registered of your thought. For that only I am doing. So if you do with that, what happens then? You will be completely getting the full result of the action of the puja. Otherwise, simply mechanically we never think about all this. Sri Ramakrishna says, Gnana Mishrita Bhakti. Gnana Mishrita Bhakti is required. That's why we have got main two faculties. One is the thinking faculty, another is feeling. So these are two main things. So these are to be combined. Sri Ramakrishna says that these are to be Gnana Mishrita Bhakti. Gnana is thinking, Bhakti is feeling. So you must combine, you must unite them. And you must think that why I am doing it for my mind to be purified, and my mind must be well registered in thought of God, and by this the thought of God must be there always. That is the thinking. With thinking you offer, then it has got full meaning, and then you will get the full advantage of that, full utility. That is how you can utilize whatever actions you do, and proper results will come to you. So that Sri Ramakrishna tells that Gnana Mishrita Bhakti is to be done. So whenever we do in the temple or anywhere, in the house also, you must always think that it is the service to God only first. In the house also, Grihastha Ashrama it is. And we do so many active things in the house. So you must think that it is in this form I am offering. In this form I am doing the puja. So cooking, sweeping, wiping, cleaning, everything. All this is a part of the puja or the sadhana, or it is service of Bhagavan. So that's why in our tradition it is there, whatever we cook or offer, whatever do we offer, we pray and offering you do. Then after that only we take as prasad. So this is the tradition coming to us from our ages. So further Sri Ramakrishna tells that in repetition of name, God's name, even mother also has told that japa, if you do, it purifies your mind. And diksha, mantra diksha, when Guru gives, Guru purifies your body. So not only not mind you comes later. Your physical body if you get the mantra diksha, then Guru prays for you and he blesses and gives the mantra. By that what happens? Your physical body with blood and all this skin. So this body is purified 50%. Then afterwards another 50% by your constant doing japa it will be done. That's it. Mother tells this. So this Sri Ramakrishna tells Nam, if you repeat the name, that mind becomes pure. First body becomes pure, then mind becomes pure. That's why I repeat the name always. That's what Sri Ramakrishna tells. Then for that he has given the simple method that 3 places Mane bane kone, he used to tell. That either you do it in your own mind, it can be done always. So there is no restriction or there is no any other method or there is nothing of any sort that you have to be stopping that thinking, repeating name. You can do always, whenever it is possible. We forget because mind is occupied with so many things because of our own samskaras. The mind will not allow us to think that. But even then, if you strongly resolve, it is possible that I must do mantra or japa always and whenever it is possible like that. So what happens if you resolve like that, then it is possible you can go on repeating the name, even other places, other time. So that further is given that mane bane kone. So in your own mind is best. The second is in your own house, a corner, the place, one room. Otherwise, you can go to the nirjanamas. So you go to the secluded place, and in a quiet place you do some sadhana that will make your mind charged. Then with that you can come back and go on doing. So this is the some of the methods Sri Ramakrishna has given, and what we read today, read that Brahmo Samaj, devotees. So it is continuous. It is actually they were traveling in a boat. Last time also we were told. So in that their discussion goes. What we read in the Bhagavad Gita, in the battlefield Sri Krishna taught Arjuna. Here also they are all moving, going in a boat. In the boat, so many things are discussed. Many questions are there. So what we read one portion that if the whole samsari is necessary to renounce, that Sri Ramakrishna was one devotee, Brahmo asked. Then Sri Ramakrishna answers, why you have to renounce? There is no need to renounce. So tyag, pura tyag kora dorkar nahi. So you are samsari, you cannot tyag kora. So Sri Ramakrishna tells that. So he said, you not have to give up everything and go. You are all samsars, you do that. But only thing, keep the mind on God. And always offer. Sri Krishna clearly has told that in this Gita, that yat karosi, yadasnasi, yad jihoti tadasiyata, yat tapasasi kaunteya, tat kuru madarpan. That is the. So you always offer to me, and you will be free from all the shortcomings. So that idea, Sri Ramakrishna tells that you do not have to renounce. You are samsari, you do your grihasashrama. But the only thing is, you repeat the Lord's name. This is the simplest method for this Kali Yuga, Sri Ramakrishna given. This was told by Narada Maharshi long ago. And in Kali Yuga, only this is possible, and it is only method we can follow, and it is enough if we can take up that. And only thing is we must take it with wholeheartedly, with Vyakulata, and only for our own good. You think that dharma karo, that is not the point. So then you not have to, they feel dharma karma, that not all comes. Here it comes that for your own good, for your own keep up, and keep up the mind always in a composed state, and quiet state, and joyful state, and healthy life. For that only it is needed. And you have to lead the healthy and happy life. When you test to lead that happy life, this is the best way of doing this, is you repeat the Lord's name always, and with that only it is possible like that. Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna even tells that further, he tells that if you can weep by repeating the Lord's name, then you will be able to get faster, Sri Ramakrishna tells. Just like a mother, when is away, child weeps. When the weeps, mother runs away and picks up. Like that simple example here Sri Ramakrishna has given. So that Sri Ramakrishna further tells that you not only repeating name, you weep for God. So if you can weep for God, then the mind, you can see how it becomes very pure and concentrated, and it becomes one-pointed. So that is possible by continuous Vyakulata, by this Vyakulata. That is next stage. So that's why we can start with this simple repetition of Lord. And on this also mother has told, even Swamiji has told. Swamiji, he never, he is more than a Gnani, and he was always telling about the contemplation, meditation, entering to samadhi, all this he talks. But even on japa, he says that japa is a thing where you can reach God very faster like that. Swami himself tells in one place, Swami Vivekananda, that japa, you do nam japa, like that he tells. So that is, it is told by all the great saints. And it is for the persons who cannot do that. Because we have got a very different level of the cultivation of our mind. So different some people can sit and immediately they can enter into the Godhood. They can simply be in the thought. So they will never bother about what is happening around. But all is not possible for us. That's why Sri Ramakrishna tells you do it as an offering. You do it as a puja. And that's why in our, especially in Grihastha Ashram, so all actions from morning to evening, whatever you do, you must offer to him and think that it is in this form I am worshipping. In this way I am doing this. For example, cooking and feeding children and the family people, that is an offering to the God which is present in them. And you are doing seva, actually the living God. And Jantu Durga, like that. So that living God, when you satisfy pure, serve, then you will have the same sadhana, and then you offer, that will become offering. Similarly, whatever you do in the home, it is all much thing that in this form, this seva, in this form, this is also puja, like that. Even sweeping and cleaning the floor also, it is called in the Bhakti cult, Bhagavata, it is called Pada Seva, they say. So if you are sweeping and wiping the floor of the house or the temple, it is a Pada Seva, it is Pada of Bhagavan, it seems. So wiping means you are wiping the Bhagavan's feet only, like that way they explain. So that by hook or crook, your mind must be always on thought of God. So that is the method, that is the idea. So with that, so many ways they have been explained to us, and so many kinds you can take up any of the practices. So the core thing is that you must be able to try to put your mind on God. That is the main thing. So in whatever way you like, you can do. So children, when they play, you can see they are very pure-minded. So they even they just like a God, they talk to the God and they even play with the God toys and all. One Sri Ramakrishna gives in the Gospel that one example, that one boy wrote a letter to Bhagavan, and he wrote a letter to Bhagavan and address he wrote that Bhagavan Vaikunth or the Kailas or the Swarga, and he posted. I mean, that is how they are simple, they play like that. They think that it will reach to God. So that's sort of simple faith. And there are so many, we have got so many stories in the Puranas where with the simple faith, so many sadhakas have attained the highest. And Sri Ramakrishna's teachings are like that. So with this we will conclude. If you want to ask any questions, we will